So why, in your mind, is SB 575 a good idea?
Well, there's two components to the bill. First, it expands the school calendar and makes it a little more balanced so we don't have the large gap in the summertime. The concern there is the kids lose a lot of momentum, and there's an achievement gap that results from that. We also have dropout problems, and that tends to occur over that summer break. The second component is not only the calendar, but also adding additional days. Many countries, particularly in Asia and Europe, have their kids in school quite a bit longer than we do in the United States, and this is an attempt to add 20 days to the school year.
Right now in New Mexico, how many days do we have?
We have 180 days by statute. Now, again, that's not always the case because some rural districts balance their calendar and have shorter weeks because of the transportation and other issues.
Under 575, what would that go to? Would it stay at 180 or?
Go to 200 school days. And if you do the research, you'll find that that's not uncommon with certain European and Asian countries.
So if we got 20 more days, that means the teachers will be there. Will we have to give the teachers a raise?
That's where the financial component comes in, and that's the expense to it. Is we're asking 20 more days of work. People that work 20 more days are going to be entitled to compensation for that. And there are some other costs, transportation, school buses, and things that come with it. So the total cost is projected to be in the neighborhood of about $200 million. But those revenues can be made available if we decide this is a priority for our state.
You think it's worth the bang for the buck?
I do. Of all the considerations that I've given to all economic policies that have been advanced so far, I think this is the most important and boldest opportunity to change the way we educate kids immediately. And it doesn't only affect kids up to third grade the way some other proposals are being advanced. This impacts all kids.
So where does it go now?
It goes from here to finance, and appropriately so. They'll be looking at the cost of this and trying to put that into the priorities of the state budget.
If it gets through finance, then goes to the Senate floor?
Correct. Yeah.
Do we have enough time to get this thing passed and with like 9 days and counting?
We do, and I'm encouraged by the unanimous support in the committee today, bipartisan support, and you heard the presentation, strong support from the committee members, including the chairman and others. So with that kind of support, maybe we can get the same ideas advanced in the Senate Finance. Bills can get introduced and passed through the legislature very quickly when they have merit.
Are you a little more optimistic than you have been in the past since you've introduced this before and it hasn't become law?
Well, the challenge is always the financing, I think, I'm always encouraged by the legislature. The people here want to make a change for our children and our schools, and from the committee hearing today, this committee strongly recognizes the potential that this has for really improving our education system.
And you think this is revolutionary?
Well, I hate to use the word revolutionary because sometimes that's a little off-putting, but it is certainly, I think, the boldest and most affecting change that I've heard here in the legislative session this time, and frankly in the past. I'm not the first person to propose this. Many other states are talking about doing the same thing, but this has an immediate potential to affect all kids in our public schools now and in the future.